Varaždin is a city in northern Croatia, 81 kilometers north of Zagreb on the highway A4. The total population is 46,946, with 38,839 on 34.22 square kilometers of the city settlement itself. The center of Varaždin County is located near the Drava River, at 46.312 degrees north, 16.361 degrees east, 46.312, 16.361. It is mainly known for its baroque buildings, music, textile, food and IT industry. Name: in Hungarian the town is known as Varaždin, in Latin as Varaždinum, and in German as Varaždīn. The name Varaždin traces its origin in the word varos, a Hungarian loanword. Population: the total population of the city is 46,946 and it includes the following settlements. The total area is 59.45 square kilometers. History: the first written reference to Varaždin, whose historical name is Varaždīn, was on the 20th of August 1181, when King Vāraždīn III mentioned the nearby thermal springs in a legal document. Varaždin was declared a free royal borough in 1209 by the Hungarian King Andrew II. The town became the economic and military center of northern Croatia. Due to Ottoman raids, the town was structured defensively around the old fortress, and acquired the shape of a typical medieval wasserburg. In the early 13th century, the Knights Hospitaller came to Varaždin, where they built the church and a monastery. At the end of the 14th century, Varaždin fortress passed to the hands of the Counts of Celje. Over the following centuries, Varaždin had several owners, the most influential being Beatrice Frankopan, Margrave Georg of Brandenburg, who built the town hall. The last was Baron Ivan Ungnad, who reinforced the existing fortification. At the end of the 16th century, Count Thomas Erdődy became its owner, assuming the hereditary position of Varaždin prefects, and the fortress remained in the ownership of the Erdődy family until 1925. In 1756, the Ban Francis Erdődy chose Varaždin as his official residence, and Varaždin became the capital of all of Croatia. It hosted the Croatian Sabor and the Royal Croatian Council founded by Empress Maria Theresa. The periods of the Reformation and the Counter-Reformation had a great influence on Varaždin. With the arrival of the Jesuits, the school and the Jesuit house were founded, and churches and other buildings were built in the Baroque style. In the 18th century, Varaždin was the seat of many Croatian noblemen, and in 1756 it became the Croatian administrative center. The fire of 1776 destroyed most of the town, resulting in the administrative institutions moving back to Zagreb. Varaždin was the seat of the Varaždin County of the Kingdom of Croatia-Slavonia within the Austro-Hungarian monarchy, ruled by the Kingdom of Hungary after the Compromise of 1867. The Hungarian stamp, issued in 1881, shows both names. By the 19th century, Varaždin had been completely rebuilt and expanded, with flourishing crafts and trade, and later the manufacture of silk and bricks. The theatre, music school, and fire department were founded. In the 20th century, Varaždin developed into the industrial center of northwestern Croatia. The textile manufacturer Drava was founded in 1918. In the Croatian War of Independence, 1991, Varaždin suffered directly only for a few days, because the huge Yugoslav People's Army base quickly surrendered, resulting in a minimal number of casualties, and providing weapons for the Croatian army. Monuments and sites. Varaždin represents the best preserved and richest urban complex in continental Croatia. The old town is an example of medieval defensive buildings. Construction began in the 14th century, and in the following century the rounded towers, typical of Gothic architecture in Croatia, were added. Today it houses the town museum. The fortress is depicted on the reverse of the Croatian 5 kuna banknote, issued in 1993 and 2001. The old and contemporary Masters Gallery is located in the Sermage Palace, built in the Rococo style in 1750. In 1523, Margrave Georg of Brandenburg built the town hall in late Baroque style, with the Varaždin coat of arms at the foot of the tower, and it has continued in its function until the present day. There is a guard-changing ceremony every Saturday. Varaždin's cathedral, a former Jesuit church, was built in 1647, and is distinguished by its Baroque entrance, 18th-century altar, and paintings. There are many Baroque and Rococo palaces and houses in the town. Worth particular mention is Varaždin's Croatian National Theatre, built in 1873 and designed by the famous Viennese architects Hermann Helmer and Ferdinand Fellner. A Baroque music festival has been held annually in Varaždin since 1971, and attracts some of the finest musicians and the fans from Croatia and the world. Recommended to visitors is also the historical street festival Spankia Fest every September. The city features its old city guard named Pergri in various city ceremonies, as well as the weekly ceremony of the change of the guards in front of the city hall. Additionally, Varaždin police officers patrol on bicycles in the warmer months. The Old Town. The Old Town Keep is one of the biggest monuments in the city of Varaždin and one of its biggest tourist attractions. It is located in the northwestern section of the city core. Today the keep houses the Varaždin City Museum. The keep is first mentioned in the 12th century, and it is believed to be the center of Varaždin County life. The keep underwent numerous ownership changes and reconstructions over the centuries. The old town was featured on the now-defunct 5 kuna bill. Interestingly, on the bill the picture of the keep is a mirror image of the actual appearance of the keep. Churches and monasteries. Baroque palaces. Varaždin Cemetery. The cemetery date back to 1773, and it was long time an ordinary place until 1905, when Hermann Haller had an idea to make it more beautiful and park-like, with large trees and alleys for citizens to stroll through. The reconstruction of the cemetery was done between 1905 and 1947, when it got the form for which it later became one of the most beautiful cemeteries in Europe. It is an outstanding example of landscape architecture and protected cultural and natural park. Festival Spankia Fest. Varaždin Baroque Evenings. International Children and Youth Animation Film Festival VAFI since 2010. Museums. The Old Town Museum houses the cultural and historic collection. The Old Town Museum has been a part of the Varaždin City Museum organization since 1925. Today it features over 400 pieces from the glass, ceramics and clocks collection, 10 rooms furnished in chronological period style, the chapel and sacristy, and 2 rooms dedicated to 2 prominent men from Varaždin, Vatroslav Jajic and Ivan Kukulayevich Saksinsky. The Herza Palace houses the entomological collection focusing on the world of insects. There are over 4,500 exhibits which clearly show the biology of bugs through several topics. In the forest, near the forest and on the meadow, in the water and near the water, at night and underground. The Sermage Palace houses the Gallery of Old and Contemporary Masters Art Gallery. It is home to over 5,300 works of art separated in 10 collections, with works ranging from the 15th to the 20th century. transportation. Road access. Varaždin is connected with A4 highway which runs between Zagreb and Čaković, Hungarian border. Varaždin and Zagreb are also connected with State Road D3 which serves as an alternative to tolled highway. In Novi Marof, just south from Varaždin, State Road D24 connects with D3 road from the west. D3 also run further north from Varaždin, representing State Road connection with Međimurje, northernmost part of the country. Major State Road which connects Varaždin with northeast and east part of the country is State Road D2. D2 also connects Varaždin with Croatian-Slovenian border at Drava Krajevianska, located just northeast. Varaždin is also connected with Krapina-Zagorje County via D35 road, which runs southwest from Varaždin, but more north than D24. Regarding larger destinations, this road is a major connection of Varaždin with Ivanec, Lepoglava and Krapina. D2 and D3 roads are also part of bypass which encircles the town. The town is also hub for bus transportation and enterprise at Varaždin, which offers regional, distant and occasional passenger bus transportation service between Varaždin and large number of towns across the country, but also offers international lines. Railway access. Varaždin's railway station is one of the largest and most important train stations in northern Croatia. It represents the intersection of three Croatian railway corridors which are used for both passenger and freight traffic. All of the rail corridors which start or end in Varaždin are single-tracked and non-electrified. It is the terminus for one local line, one regional line, and also lies on R201 line through which trains directly connect the town with Zagreb and most of Krapina-Zagorje County and with Međimurje County. Although the largest number of direct passenger trains from Zagreb to Varaždin run via the R201 corridor, an alternative way to travel by train between those two cities is via the R202 line between Varaždin and Koprivnica, and the M201 line between Koprivnica and Zagreb. Although this route requires transfer in Koprivnica in the majority of cases, journeys by this route may take shorter travel time. Public transportation taxis are the only part of public transportation inside the town districts. Climate. Economy. Varaždin is one of the few Croatian cities whose industry did not directly suffer from the war in 1991. Besides textile giant Vartex, it also has nationally important food, metal, and construction industries. The information technology and financial and banking sector are well developed. Further economic development has been encouraged with the creation of a free investment zone. The city of Varaždin is easily accessible by major roads from all sides. A road infrastructure is good and the main highway connection is A4, connecting the Hungary border crossing point in Varaždin with Zagreb, as well as the coast of the Adriatic Sea via A1, A6. A2 is also accessible through the Zagorje region. In addition to the highways, there is also an east-west state route connecting the city to the Slovenian border and Koprivnica, Osijek and the east part of Croatia. The city is connected to the suburbs and villages surrounding it with a public transportation system of buses. The city also has a train and bus station, which are both located about a 10-minute walk from the center. The trains are mainly used for cargo due to the lack of investment in the country's train infrastructure. Varaždin's bus service is of high quality and use. It offers regular service to many local, domestic and international routes, as well as many additional seasonal routes to the Adriatic Sea. There is also taxi service available on call, which is situated by the bus station. In the outskirts of the city there is also a small recreational airport, used mainly for sightseeing and farming purposes. Tourism. Today Varaždīn is a popular destination for the summer holidays. The city has numerous areas of interests ranging from cultural areas, shopping centers in the downtown core, various sports and recreation facilities, also a rich history in cuisine. The close of the tourist season is marked by two annual festivals. The annual Spankierfest begins at the end of August and ends in September. At this time, the city welcomes artists, street performers, musicians and vendors for what is called the Street Walking Festival. The city also hosts the Varaždīn Baroque Evenings Festival, first held in 1971. The festival honors Baroque music and culture, both of which hold a special place in Varaždīn's identity. Varaždīn is also the host of the Radar Festival, which hosts concerts at the end of summer. It has already hosted various popular artists as Bob Dylan, Carlos Santana, The Animals, Manic Street Preachers, Solomon Burke and many others. Sport. Varaždīn is a city of numerous professional and semi-professional sports clubs. Varaždīn Arena, located near the Drava River, was one of the hosts of the 2009 World Men's Handball Championship held in Croatia. Football, NK Varaždīn SN, NK Vartex. Handball, RK Vartex Di Caprio, RK Koga. Basketball, KK Vindi. Volleyball, OK Varaždīn. Tennis, TK Varaždīn. BK Vindager, KK Vartex. Hockey, KHL Varaždīn. Wrestling, Vindager. Water polo, Koning. Badminton, BK Kai. Bicycling, BD Sloga. Track and field, TK Marathon 95. Education. Varaždīn has a rich and developed system of education, especially for a city of its size. It has 7 elementary schools, 10 high schools, 4 higher schools and 2 faculties that are part of the University of Zagreb. Notable people. This list contains some of the notable people who were either born in Varaždīn, lived in the city for a longer time or were in some significant way related to it. Ivan Belostenek, linguist, lexicographer. Slavko Brankov, actor. Mirko Braja, Croatian writer, bibliographer, antiquarian, and one of the notable alleged and false victims of the Jasenovac concentration camp. Baltazar Vornisic, Napulali, Catholic cleric and lawyer. Juraj Habdelic, writer. Herman Tuovselja, count. Branko Ivankovic, football manager. Vatroslav Jajek, philologist, linguist. Maria Juric Zagorka, journalist, dramatist and novelist. Lubomir Kariks, actor. Vyacheslav Klaik, writer and historian. Ferdinand Konskak, explorer, cartographer. Zelko Krajin, tennis coach and former player. Ivan Kukulayevich Saksinsky, historian, politician, writer. Samuel Louis Mossinger, prominent businessman, merchant and member of the Varaždīn Charity Society. Miljenko Mumlik, footballer. Ivan Padovec, guitar virtuoso. Franjo Ratsky, historian, politician and writer. Vyacheslav Rosenberg-Rössel, composer, conductor and music educator. Sylvester Sabulski, footballer. Tadeusz Misiklas, historian and politician. Ignacy Usin Martini, theologian. Kasava Sandor-Gorski, writer and civil servant. Carolina Sprem, tennis player. KRSDO Ungnad Baron, mayor. Zelko Vinček, track and field athlete. Davor Vugranek, footballer. Johann Baptist Wanhal, composer. Robert Herjavec, businessman, investor, and television personality. Radoslav Rogina, cyclist. Kristijan Turasek, cyclist. Franjo Koshek, ethnologist, founder of Ethnological Collection, science professor. Marco Roj, footballer. International relations. Twin towns. Sister cities. Varaždin is twinned with